Hello, future people. Welcome to Getting Tabled. I'm Jason the Bruce, and today we need to beware because we're facing some dark omens. So, for a while, I've actually had the Howling Banshees and their Phoenix Lord sitting aside for a future project, because I've always had a thing for Eldar. I did own Eldar once before that I bought second-hand, but I've never really built them myself. So the plan with this is to slowly, most likely on Twitch, get some Eldar painted up and make them mine. I have a few ideas what I want to do inspiration-wise. It's going to be inspired partially by somebody famous that was into the hobby that some people will know that he was into it, some people won't. Some of you will already be knowing exactly who I'm talking about. But I'm not just sticking with that theme. I'm probably going to go in a few different directions. I don't know. This is, like I said, this is a future project. And with this set coming out, it was the best way to start. All of the stuff in this box will eventually be available separately, but I didn't know when that was going to be. And I got it at a decent price. So, let's open this up and see what it's like. So, starting with the obvious part first. The box art on this is absolutely amazing. The only thing negative I'd have to say about this particular box art is if I was a Chaos player, I'd be very upset. Because Eldar here is in focus. You can barely see this guy. Like, the bottom half of this guy is in focus. The top of it's completely all blurry in person. It doesn't look so bad on the camera, to be honest. But in person, that's really out of focus here. It's like, yeah, we don't care about you, is how it feels. Now, I'm not a Chaos. Well, I'm a nothing player at this stage. But I'm not someone that collects Chaos. It's like they definitely have stuff I'm interested in. It's never going to be something I buy. But they do feature a little bit more prominently on the back. So these are our two characters that at this stage you can't buy anywhere else. Like I said, they will definitely be available separately at some point. Everything else in here, there's a mixture of new parts and old parts. Hopefully I'll be able to identify those all as we're going through. So on the Chaos side, we have the Warpsmith, which is this guy. We've got 5 Chosen and a Forge Fiend. So the Forge Fiend is an older model. We've got the Autarch, which is this guy. We've got 3 Shroudrunners, which is these bikers. And we've got 5 Rangers. The Rangers are something that really did need to get redone. They were nowhere near as bad as some of the rest of the stuff, though. And then obviously it tells you that you need a copy of the rules. This does come with a book with missions and stuff for this box. And your usual transfers and stuff. But nothing super significant. Now, before I go into the sprues, this is something that I've been noticing for a while. Now, Games Workshop have some incredible artwork. And the artwork that comes in these boxes is something that most gamers would love to treasure. But the problem with these is they get destroyed in the box every single time. It doesn't matter how well they're packed. Mine was actually packed fairly well. But the sprues damage these. Now, this is actually probably one of the better ones that I've received. And there's still a massive gouge out of it down here. There's more up here. I think it's time that Games Workshop... I love the fact that they include some art, but I think it's time that they start actually including art that you could actually reasonably keep. Like, yes, that means it's something else that the collectors are going to go after. And look, that's fine. But if you want to keep customers and you want to keep people being loyal, have things like this that somebody can treasure. Like, all it would take would be... Because this gets used to protect the books from the sprues. You need to have something between this and the sprues. Otherwise, this is completely pointless. This may as well be a blank piece of cardboard. Honestly, it may as well be. Because it's completely useless in the way that they continue to use it. And this has been a problem for a good 5 years. They need to stop doing this. Rant over. Alright, so we've got our bases. They're all very exciting. That is obviously the book that we want to look at. Flight stands. Looks like we've got the old style of flight stands. Oh no. No, we do have a ball joint there. But we don't have the sweeping ones. I actually prefer that, I think. So this is how to build. Just a quick skim through. Looks alright for the most part. Their instruction booklets used to be a huge criticism that most people threw at them, but they have fixed these problems a long time ago. No. That's good. Alright. So, this version of the artwork actually has survived quite well. Ironically, it's actually a nice cover. Normally these feel very cheap, so that's actually been boosted up a little bit. Full colour, we kind of expect that at this stage. I think you'd have people up in arms if they weren't doing full colour nowadays. Bit of lore about who everybody is. Map for the campaign. Another version of the art, but you can't use this one either because it's not the centerpiece. If you're going to do that, it probably should be in the center. Also, it's now the third version of this we've seen. A nice look at the forces that come in the box. Purely aesthetics wise, I actually think this is the best thing in the set, personally. These are something that the Eldar needed quite severely. Rules. And then we go into our missions. I quite like that piece of art there. That's nice. Crusade rules. And then we have our data sheets. Now I expect that these should still be the same as the codex. I don't have the codex, so I will not be reviewing that. The codex has been out for a little over a week at this point, at time of recording. It'll probably have been out for 2 weeks by the time you see this. In saying that, I also expect that you probably have seen unboxings for this already, because it has been out for a while. Alright, so here we go with the sprues. So, this is starting with the Rangers by the look of it. Yeah, that's definitely the Rangers, because that's one of their snipers. I find these things quite interesting. Obviously these have some impact on the rules somewhere, but purely aesthetically, model-wise, I don't see the point of them. They look kind of dumb, I think. But I don't know what the lore is behind them. I assume that it's something very important, like a relic of some kind. It just looks like somebody's brought a toy to the army. That's just my opinion. Maybe that's me being an old man. I really do love these sculpts. Like, people will throw criticism at Games Workshop quite severely at times, because Games Workshop is the big boy in town, so of course it's really easy to pick on them and everything that they do. There's a lot of things that get said about Games Workshop that I do feel they deserve, but at the same time, they continue to have some of the best sculpts in the industry. Not everything they do is a winner, but a lot of it is. I like this. This is quite nice. One of those cables feels very Necronish. I expect this must be the Warpsmith. Does it tell me? Nope. Now, this particular kit can be combined with the original Autark to make even more options. However, there is something that I learnt yesterday that I was not aware of at the time. The picture of the Autark on the front of the Eldar Codex is an illegal build. So, don't build that and try to take it to a tournament. Now, this particular kit is a 10-year-old kit at this stage. Honestly, this still holds up quite well. I know that the Forge Fiend is not universally praised. I actually like the Forge Fiend kit. But this holds up really well. Especially if you compare that with our modern Chaos stuff here. Like they still feel like they fit together. Here's our jet bikes. I really, really like this. This is another one of the things that people kind of had a giggle about when it was revealed. I like these the moment that I saw them. Having somebody on the front and on the back. I mean, is it silly? Well, yeah, but Warhammer is a little bit silly. But people seem to forget that Warhammer is not supposed to be super serious. It's called Grimdark as a joke to a large extent. It's very self-aware. Now, obviously, people in the universe don't see it that way. But, I mean, I like some of the big, scary, serious stuff. But I like the fact that we still get things that are... And even then, 2 people on a motorbike is actually a common thing. Why would it not happen with jet bikes? I don't know. I think that was some of the laughter there, I think, is a little bit pointless. Now, I think these are new as well. Yes, these are new as well. These are absolutely stunning. Now, I've never really done Chaos. I've only ever painted one thing from Chaos, and in painting it, I removed all of the Chaos elements of it. It was one of the corn things for Age of Sigmar, and I literally removed everything from it I could find because I was using it for D&D. So I decornified it. And I was quite proud of how it looked, honestly, in all end. If you really know your Games Workshop stuff, you will still get what it is after a while. That cape's really nice. These all seem fairly simple, but these are proper full-on kits too. It's none of this push-to-fit stuff. This is proper, full-on kits. Now, in saying that, you're still only going to be building these one way by the look of it. But it would be a lot easier to convert this stuff than it would be some of your starter set on the other side. This is the other half of your Forge Fiend. Again, look, this is a really nice looking kit. I've seen some really nice looking conversions out of these too. There's somebody at our local gaming store that has an entire army built out of kit bashing and like just corrupting and messing up everything. It's really, really nice. He never plays. He just builds all the time, and that's what he enjoys for the hobby. He doesn't actually enjoy the gaming side of it. He just enjoys the hobby, and I kind of like that. I mean, I am certainly playing games more now than I was, but as someone that never had the chance to play because of my old position at work, I could definitely appreciate someone that just wants to do the hobby stuff. That's Eldritch Omens from Games Workshop. Like I said, at the time you're watching this, it's probably been out for a little over 2 weeks now. But I didn't get mine until very late. And obviously, like, everything with my own money and everything. But I really like this set. The Eldar stuff will get used at some point. It's going to go into the pile of shame for now, though. but it is something that's genuinely going to get used at some stage. My plan, painting-wise, is at least loosely inspired by the army built by Robin Williams. There's only a couple of images that you can find that was shared by his daughter Zelda many years ago after he passed, trying to identify what things were. Apparently, if you ask around, there always ends up being somebody that now owns the army, because of course there is. 90% of which I'm sure are not true. My suspicion would be that I highly doubt that Zelda would have let it go, given what it meant to her father. But she might have done. I mean, I have no way of knowing. I certainly can't reach out and go, hey, do you still have that army? Because that's not appropriate. But I was always a huge fan of Robin Williams. I don't have images of everything that he had. I only have images of a Hellhound and the Eldar Titan that I can't think of the name of right now. Honestly, I like the green and the purple and the blue that he's used, but I'm tempted. I don't know. I want to include it into what I'm doing somehow. My force is definitely going to be a unique one, so that I can kind of go, well, they're this, they're that. Because I don't want to just build saim-hann or Othway or what. I want to do my own thing. I find that more interesting. I had given thought to maybe trying to keep a neutral colour in there so that everything still feels like it belongs. The one thing I don't like about a lot of Eldar stuff is, like, your Howling Banshees aren't painted the same way as everything else, and neither are your Striping Scorpions or anything, because they all belong to their own thing. And I get that lore-wise, but I kind of want mine to all look like they belong in the same thing, I guess. So I'm thinking like a neutral colour with the metallic blues and purples and greens. That's what I'm thinking at this stage. I might end up bringing out the colour shift. I don't know. But that's it for the video today. When it does get done, it'll be on my Twitch. Thank you very much for checking out this video. If you're enjoying the content of this channel, please like and subscribe. If you're in a position to do so, please check out patreon.com/gettingtabled. You receive early access to at least 80% of all videos that we put out, and you get access to the video edition of all of our podcasts the day that they're uploaded. If you'd like to check us out on social media, facebook.com/gettingtabled is the most active. We also have a Discord server. You can email our team at gettingtabled@gmail.com. If you're on either Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at gettingtabled. And until next time,